Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Lead. Sorry about the minute late, and sorry about yesterday. If you're on the call yesterday and it got cut off like about 2/3 of the way through, absolutely lost our entire internet. I was going wireless, I was going hardwire. I don't know what happened. That's the first time that's happened in forever. My 10 a.m. East Coast time webinar, no problem. My 7 p.m. East Coast time webinar, no problem. But the 11 o'clock absolutely crashed. Don't know why. I apologize. Joseph Lanza, is that the mortgage broker extraordinaire? Joseph Lanza, that is joining us. Kat, good to see you. Stephanie and Karen, everybody else, welcome to the call. PDF guides, one of my favorites. You know why? Because a lot of our long-term clients absolutely love them. And there's so many great use cases for them. Putting them in your CRM as part of your campaigns, sending them out as email blast, using the e-flyers because they're phenomenal for adding value, right? They're educational, they're pre-built, they're completely branded to you. You can even use custom guides. So if you got a custom guide that you want to add into the system, for example, you could run ads on Google, on Facebook. You could add them to a landing page. So between our guides, your custom guides, there's a lot of great stuff in there. Karen and Joe, did you know each other? Oh, Joseph, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Let's put that on stage. All right. Joseph, man, I don't know how long you've been a client for, but you've been a client for an absolute long time. So I love to hear that from people. Oh, he's my boss. I love it. I love it. So here's the deal. The thing that creates inaction is knowledge or lack thereof, obviously. So anytime you've got a question about something, you're not taking the action that you think you should be or that you know you should be, please get into the mastermind group, ask questions. You can get with our support if you want to. They're better for just something's not working maybe or something like that. But if you got more of a strategy or something, get into the mastermind group. All right. That's what we're there for. That's really my favorite place. But again, how do I connect my Facebook account or something? That's for support. But please make use of the mastermind group. Get in there. All right. Tell us what you're doing. I love it when people just say, hey, I have an ad that's not working, because I've literally gone into accounts and flipped an ad to where it was generating $8 per lead and gotten that to $3 a lead. But let me show you something here real quickly. This blew my mind the other day. Let me show you here in the mastermind group. We'll take a little left turn. This is a phenomenal way, right? We got the 100-point home marketing plans and listings to leads. And you can print these up, and we cover this in our expired courses, right? You can print these up. What a great video. Check this out. Look at that. And so I do this for pending listings. I do this for just sold listings. I do this for expired listings. Let me show you a couple more real quick examples. Here we go. Let me see. Which one's this one here? So that's for the expired, right? Showing off my expired marketing plan. Showing off a pending listing just went pending. And so I show the 100-point home marketing plan while I use some captions right here to talk to my audience about how we got 4,000 views versus 786 on Zillow, and that we have a 100-point home marketing plan benchmarked against top agents and listings across the country to get you the strongest offers. Just record a video. You can hold this is with me. I'm on, I don't know where I'm at. I'm on a table somewhere and I'm just flipping through, holding my phone. Might be easier to get somebody else to hold the phone while you do that. I upload that into CapCut, edit it a little bit. There's a few spots here where I was fumbling around a little bit more than I should have been. So I use CapCut to split and erase those fumbles and get a great little video, throw in some captions. So if you don't know how to use CapCut, that's one of those tools I would highly recommend. If you're using TikTok, TikTok has essentially CapCut built into it. So if you're using, and here's the deal, you may not like TikTok, You may not use it, but I love uploading all my videos into TikTok because they have the best editor of any social media platform, right? Instagram is limited, YouTube Shorts is limited, Facebook is non-existent. I don't know, whatever, what other platforms you might be using, but none of them have an editor that is as easy to cut out segments that you don't need, to add in captions, to caption the video. So this video here, I'm not talking, it's just music. There's no platform as easy to use as TikTok. There just isn't. And then what I do is once I post it to TikTok, I download the video because you can download from TikTok, which is awesome. And then I upload it to Instagram. Then I upload it to YouTube Shorts. So TikTok, so if you don't, CapCut would be a paid service, right? $12 a month or something. But I believe in TikTok, you can get that for free. And again, like I said, upload it to TikTok and then download it, upload it to Instagram, upload it to YouTube Shorts. So just a kind of a fun way of showing off the 100-point home marketing plan. But there was another post I wanted to show you real quickly right here. Blew my mind. She generated 130 leads for, now this is a standard listing, $273 budget. And I know she's going to get some deals out of this, but check this out. This is crazy. And I'll show you this today when we talk about running ads for PDF guides. Look at how many questions the lead has to answer. What is your time frame to buy? Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Do you have a home to sell? Desired move-in date. And a lot of these questions can be appropriate for a PDF guide when we run an ad. And here are some screenshots of leads. And check this out, right? Name, email, phone number. Ultimate guide to buying a home? No, thank you. Time frame to buy? 3 to 6 months. Desired move-in date? 2026. Would you like the list of price reduced homes for sale? Yes. Do you have a home to sell? Yes. Name, email, phone number. Do you want my ultimate guide? No. Time frame to buy? 3 to 6 months. Desired move-in date? 2027. Yes to a price reduced homes for sale. Yes to, do you have a home to sell? Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yep. Another lead, right? No to the guide, 3 to 6 months, August, yes to the list of homes for sale and the reduced. 6 to 12 months, I think she might have meant to say 6/1/27, but who knows? No to the guide, no to the have a home to sell, yes to price reduced. And the reason I show this is because when we can get questions into the ads, and again, I'll show you that today, you got tighter follow-up, you got better follow-up, because now when I call these leads up, for example, this one right here, I'm going to say, hey, thanks for clicking on the ad for my listing at whatever that was. If you need any more information on that, just let me know. And I saw that you'd like to get a list of price reduced homes for sale and that you do have a home to sell. First of all, for the price reduced, what areas are you looking for? Just the area where that home is, or are there other areas, any other features that you might be looking for? And are you looking to buy and sell in the same area where you might be doing that together? And if so, would you like to put a plan together to make that happen with the least amount of hassle and stress for you? So when we have these questions, it gives us a lot more to work with as part of our follow-up. And so again, I'll be showing that to you today in this call. So if you have an opportunity to actually get yourselves over to Listings to Leads and log in and do it with me, or sign up for a free trial, and give me 1 second, I will give you the school links. I'm going to actually, I don't mean to upload too many links in here, but I'm going to. So you're going to be clicking a few links here. This is for our school platform. You definitely want to get into our school platform. I got to finish up the success framework. That's going to be an awesome one. The expired pipeline builder, open house mastery. I completely redid that the other day. It's bulletproof. Let me just show you real quickly here. A couple of things I did was I broke out how to get ready for that open house on a daily basis so that you are not scrambling It's already Thursday, so it's a little bit late this week. But if you got an open house coming up next week or in the future, make sure you get in here, take a look at this, because I just broke it out so that we can make sure that we are as prepared as possible for that open house, because an open house is such a powerful listing lead generation, right? To get listings, but also to get active buyers. And if you're going to wing it, if you're going to cram like the night before an exam and you start studying, you're just not going to have the outcome that you deserve. All right. If you're going to do an open house, you deserve, if you do the actions, to get at least 1 to 2 listings from that open house, yours or borrowed, and 1 to 2 buyers. That's 2 to 4 deals per open house. And I'm telling you, I'm not blowing smoke up your butts. All right. That is absolutely doable. All right. So I want you to make sure you get in there. And to the question about expired. All right. So she was asking about can I put the link in, I believe, to order the expired booklets? That would be right. And so we are here, and goodness gracious almighty. All right. So here's the done for you. That's where we build out everything. But she was asking, wow, sometimes when I get in here and I redo these, oh, there we go. Order presentation. It's under, I got to move that. I got to move that. I got to make that a little bit easier. Let me just put this link into the chat. There you go. Boom. So I'm going to close that out. I'm going to leave that open. I've logged into Listings to Leads. One more thing I'm going to get to before we get into the PDF guides is, please, and for the lenders, you got one that's designed for you and your account. So the lenders have a different email similar to the buyers, but it's a different call to action. Every week or two, we'll drop in these emails. And if you click here, it'll take you to the Mastermind group where there's more information. And so you can take a look at this post, but I'm just going to review it with you right now because this is really powerful. Just click past it, scroll down to a section called Database Email Blast right there. And again, the lenders will have one for them, specifically for the lender. And if you mouse over it, you'll see here it says send this email to your buyer leads in Listings to Leads or your CRM. This one's for the sellers. All right. So I'm going to click on the subject line, and a lender wrote the one for the lenders. So you got a lender, right, who wrote that up for you guys. So what we do in all these emails, they all follow a similar pattern. We inform and educate, right? We update what's going on. Why are we sending an email? In this case, it was, and you might want to get the most latest rates. All right. 6.57 was from the time we put it out. I'm not sure exactly what it is right now. So you might just look it up real quickly, change that number, but the point is still the same. And here's the deal. You don't want to hide from bad news. You don't want to hide. You don't want to spin. You don't want to, I'm going to use the word lie. I know none of you are going to do that, but we don't want to freeze just because the news isn't great. There's no reason. You don't have to. All right. You don't force people to buy or sell. We're not selling shoes. We are selling a home that people will buy or sell no matter what. Maybe fewer. That's fine in the sense of, I want to make sure I'm the one getting that deal on the buy or the sell side. And so how can we do that? We do that by educating and engaging our audience. Bad news or good news. And so here we're talking about the fact to the sellers that, hey, you know what? Yeah, rates are higher and the buyers, there's fewer buyers, but serious buyers are still active. And you know what that means for you as a homeowner? Not only that pricing matters, but you need the strongest marketing plan possible. And we've got the link to your 100-point home marketing plan from Listings to Leads. If I click the preview, you'll see what it's going to look like here. You can click this link and you will see that it goes to your agent website from Listings to Leads where they can download your marketing plan. If they want to looking to buy, they can get their home value right there automatically. They just put in their property address. and it's going to flip right back to this. So they can put in their email, boom, and get a hold of your 100-point home marketing plan. And then you're going to see who downloaded it. You're going to see, because you'll get a lead notification. So you'll know, right, when people download it. When you check either your CRM or listings to leads, you will see who clicked the link. And so this is a phenomenal email to get out to your database. If you want to send it to your database through Lofty, through Follow Up Boss, whatever, easiest way to do it is just highlight, copy, go to your CRM, right? So, again, this CRM will have an editor, and just paste it in there, right? There's the link will work. All of this stuff, your listings to leads, lead gen signature will work. All right. Because if I click on preview, you'll see that link works. The link down below works. And it looks like I added 2 signatures. I can just delete that one in the edit section. Send myself a test email. Boom, bada bing. It's a beautiful thing. Okie doke. So get those emails out after we get off this call together. But for now, we're going to talk about PDF guides. And again, this is one of those things that we got a lot of clients that absolutely love them. And there's so many use cases for them. So the first use case I'm going to talk about is you can take these and add them as parts of a campaign in any CRM out there, right? As far as I know, I don't know of any that you can't. And I want to show that to you real quickly here because, when you send these emails out, so for example, how to sell your home in a changing market. I'm going to click on marketing tool, eFlyer for database. All right. eFlyer for database. Just click on that. And what you can do, now you can click copy code and go that route. In fact, I'll show you that, and then I'll show you the easier way. I can do copy code. So click the copy icon, right? Copy, Follow Up Boss without the signature, with the signature. So I'll copy it with signature. Again, navigate to my CRM where I'm going to add a email to a campaign. I'm going to create an email blast, whatever it's going to be. And then because we clicked copy code, we're going to click HTML code in the editor. And then I know that sounds complicated, but I promise you, check this out. And just paste. I don't know. I can't read that. I don't know. I don't need to. Because when I click that button again, it's going to go right to what we want to see, which is, right, again, boom. Beautiful. And so this is a great way to take these PDF guides. We got like 80 of them, 40 for buyers, 40 for sellers, and integrate them with your CRM's different campaigns and or email blast. I've got people, what they do is they will either add them to their campaigns and or come in here every week and they'll grab a buyer guide email and send it to the buyer leads in their CRM. And then they will grab a seller guide, send it to the seller leads in their CRM. Lenders, you got some specific ones for different loan programs. So for the lenders, there's even other PDF guides that are specifically related to different types of USDA, FHA, VHA, there's other ones. I'm not a lender. My wife is a lender, but the lenders even have some specifically for them as well. So that's a fun, that right there is worth the price. All right. That right there is absolutely worth the price. So that's one great application for this is, again, go to the guide, click marketing tools, eFlyer for your database. And again, either just copy the email, like I showed you a little bit earlier with that email about interest rates, right? Copy the email, go to your CRM and just boom, paste it in. And then I can edit it. I can say, I want to edit this little bit, right? Now, obviously that's not what I'm going to do. What is so beautiful about this is that link is going to work They can click the image and it will download. And it's really cool because it does not go to a landing page. It just downloads the guide. So even in Lofty, even in Follow Up Boss or whatever, Go High Level, and whatever Bold Trail, they just download the guide. You get notified that Scott Pierce downloaded your guide, a downsizing guide for homeowners, or 25 factors that impact your home value, or whatever. Reverse purchase loan PDF. Dude, Joseph, you know what? You got to get a hold of my wife because she is actually working on a ad, and she's got a couple of really good leads. About $23 per lead, which we're cool with because there's a purchase, there's a buy, if they're staying in the same state, in the same area. And so she's going to refer those to her agents. And then she's got the loan. So you definitely, Joseph, ping me later. You got my email. Ping me later. I'll introduce you to my wife. And if we don't have a PDF specifically for that, I know we got one. We may have to edit it because it's customized for California. In fact, let me show you real quickly here. Let me show you, because this is a great example of a custom guide that she is using. I'm in my other monitor, so give me 1 second. I know nothing on my screen is moving while my mouth is, but what I'm doing is I'm logging into my wife's account, and I'm going to show you the ad. Yeah, $23 a lead. Hasn't been updated in a little bit, but let's see what it's coming in at. Now, $23 is a little bit expensive, obviously, but when you can potentially get 3 deals, here, I'll show you. So this is the ad, all right? And again, I know it's all about downsizing, but the idea is that we're going, as she qualifies the leads, that, oh, is that one of my clients? Nope, City of Folsom. So the kind of the idea is really to find out more about reverse mortgage. So what's your time frame to buy? Is your current home your primary residence? And what's your biggest goal for your next move? Downsize, keep more cash available, reduce monthly financial stress, right? Whatever it is. Name, email, and phone number, continue, submit, right? Standard Facebook lead stuff. And again, this is an example of a custom PDF. And so that's to a custom landing page. Are you thinking about downsizing? Start with a clear path. I should have gotten the email. Give me 1 second. Let me refresh my email. And I got that. Let me check. Where's the email? I got the lead notification. Let me go. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. All right. Where was her account? Put her account somewhere. Let me refresh. And let me go to her ads. And so we're at $26 with 6 leads so far, which, yeah, that's pretty fine. So I'm going to click on edit. And let me show you the PDF guide. And what we did is we used AI, kind of a combination of ChatGPT and what? ChatGPT and Gamma. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm blanking there. And maybe we didn't upload the guide for that one. We may have used the other one. All right. So anyways, yeah, get with my better half on that one. And I would love for you guys to connect and talk about that. So let's get back into PDF guides for agents. All right. Cause we got 80 different guides and they're absolutely phenomenal. And so let me log back into my account and bring it over because we got a lot to go through and we don't have all day to do it. All right. So here we are back in my account. So using them in yours. The other thing is if you're using our follow-up, so we got email and the AI text follow-up, the email follow-up in listings to leads, seller and buyer work very much the same way, where we automatically use the guides within the follow-up. So now if you're using, again, if you're using Lofty, Follow-Up Boss, Bold Trail, Go High Level, you can automatically send the leads to your CRM. Just go to your Listings to Leads profile, click CRM integration, and you can just connect it. And then that way, all the leads go right to your CRM automatically, right? That's what we want. But check this out. So we will integrate if you're using our follow-up, where again, here's need help with down payment. Let's talk options. First time home buyer, this guide is for you. And these are all editable. I can even edit the image. And people, you click the image, you click the link, and here you go. Check this out. It will automatically download. You get the notification that Scott Pierce downloaded your guide, right? First time home buyer. They're all branded to you, your colors, your logos, your picture. So everything is for you, right? You're just looking at mine. It's not my picture, my logo is not going to be on yours. So all of these are completely branded to you. And you could even use our email follow-up, still have the leads go to Follow-Up Boss and just manage the just manage the other follow-up and Follow-Up Boss. You can do a little bit of a hybrid as well. So with that, so again, use them in your CRM as part of a campaign or an email blast. That's huge. Use them as follow-up and listings to leads. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to turn on follow-up. It really doesn't get much easier. And you can edit these campaigns. You can duplicate them, create new ones, right? There's a lot of things that you can do here. But when you first get into your account, or when you first think about it, all you got to do is come in here, and they're also in Spanish, right? The seller lead follow-up Spanish, buyer lead follow-up in Spanish. All the PDF guides are in English and Spanish. Phenomenal. You just click to turn it on, and it will give you a little pop-up right here. Which email, in case you got multiple emails, which list sellers, that'll check automatically. Send this campaign to existing leads. I've got it turned on by default, but you can turn it off. Make it recurring. And I would say leave that yes on and hit save. And now any seller lead or any buyer lead in my account will get added to the follow-up. And it's really cool because when I go to the lead detail, and even right here, I can see who clicked through. I can see who opened. I can see how many were sent. So now my system is mostly agents that are on my follow-up. So don't look at my numbers, good or bad, because it's really not apples to apples. But yeah, and look at this. I got all these other campaigns. Your journey to homeownership starts here. So this is a campaign I created, custom, and there's guides. Some of the guides are in here, right? I added different guides, but what I did is I created a campaign that is more of a homeowner journey, like an educational thing versus a follow-up. So I even got a landing page that goes with that. Cool. One last thing before we get into the PDF guides themselves, under social content, and I tell you, this is great as well. Under social content, if I go to topics, again, I can set up auto posting for the PDF guides, Spanish, buyer guides, English, seller guides, English. So I can turn this on. I can click on the eyeball. I can see all the different guides. I can turn it to something I don't want. I can turn it off if I don't want it to go. I can view what the post will look like. All right. I can post it now from here, but I can also do that from the guide. Right. I can see what it's going to look like. I can see when it's scheduled to post. And if I click on edit, I can even edit the post and then save it. So I could change the image. I can change the text, right? Change the title. Right. It's so powerful. And that way, because the beautiful thing is I've got the structure and the pipes built, and I've got everything built, like the image, the text, that I don't need to do anything with. But for those of you that want to get in here and trick it out a little bit, feel free to do that. All right. One thing I do sometimes is I'll just take this I'll pop it into my favorite AI program and I'll just say, hey, customize this for better engagement with my local area in Folsom, California, and change it out, right? Make it a little bit more custom for you. Change the image if you want, or if you got a different image you want to use, change that out if you want to. Then just click save and you're good to go. So there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. Do you know what? Yesterday, I got to show you a video because I have a link in bio. So one of our clients, and it's right here under social content. So again, social content, link in bio. So I saw one of our clients, she's a top agent in New Jersey, and I just happened to see yesterday, and I'm going to be posting it to Instagram and TikTok later today. I was doing it last night. I completely messed up the video. So annoying. I was almost done and I clicked the wrong button, lost all my edits, and it only took 3 minutes to do, but I was in the middle of doing a few other things. I just got so annoyed with myself that I just bailed on getting it done. But she had a just sold listing, and so she's promoting a listing that she just sold. And it was an Instagram story, so there was a link in the Instagram story. And I'll show you some examples of this in a minute. And so in the Instagram story, it was like, get my ultimate guide to selling your home or something like that. And it was going to the link, this tool right here. So this is a great tool in your listing leads account to put on Instagram, to put on YouTube. And you'll see the guides. Let me come back to that in a second. But notice my website. I got my link to Calendly right here. I've got my socials, my city, call me, email me, my website, click to view, so again, this is meant to be looking at on a phone, right? My 100-point home marketing plan, view my client reviews, and this is all customizable. That's my listings to leads client review website, right? See all of my listings and PDF guides. And so when I click the link in bio on Instagram or YouTube, the 2-to-1 buy down, boom, right there. And so I can download any guides, and this is all completely customizable. So when I'm in the, again, social content, link in bio, and right here, PDF guides, right? PDF guides. And I could even move that up. I can say, no, I want that to be right at the top. And I can click the edit and I can select which guides do I want to display. And now when I go to my link in bio, when I click it, view, notice now I got my PDF guides right at the top. Isn't that cool? That is, I'm telling you, there are so many powerful ways that we automatically use these PDF guides. And the last one I'm going to show you before we get into marketing the guides themselves, let me just show you one more thing that you may or may not be aware of, but your single property websites have the guides in them as well. And that is why when you post a just sold on Facebook, when you post a coming soon, an open house, please put the link to your listings to leads property website. There's so much good stuff right here. So check this out. Let's say I've got a just sold listing and I'm going to do the post of the sellers holding the keys, or we're at the escrow when they just signed the documents, and I'm doing the post. Hey, my buyers just bought a house, or we just sold a house, and you're doing that congratulatory post or any kind of post. Put the link to the property website in the post. And even if the link itself is not clickable, it will be. But then what I also do is, if it's not, because sometimes it won't be on Facebook, I'll put it as a comment where it's always linked, where it's always clickable. But check this out. In fact, here, it's easier. Property website right there. Not only is this beautiful, right? Full screen video. I added a video about how I get home sold. I changed the property description to reflect the fact that I got it sold. And we cover all this in the just sold marketing. But what I want to show you here for this webinar is the fact, and again, I can move these up, no problem. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah. The Real Estate Resource Center. So I can download guides right from your single property website. Boom. Look at that. Is that awesome? Getting this property website, that's why we link to the property website from the Facebook ads, from the social media posts, the e-flyer to your database. Obviously, they're going to be linked to when you send the e-flyer for the PDF guide itself, but also on the property website, the virtual tour, they're on your client review website, right? We put these guides all over the place because we want to be able to provide value add content, education to buyers or sellers, no matter where they are at in our marketing. Does all of this make sense so far? Do you see how powerful all of these tools are? Because when you think about it as a network, when you think about it as a system, it starts making a lot more sense versus a one-off e-flyer or a one-off post. When you use the tools in Listings to Leads, there is a lot of networked value add that for a lot of you, you don't even think about. It doesn't even occur to you. And I totally get it. You're busy buying and selling real estate. We are busy trying to make sure that when we are marketing that real estate, that we as a vendor, as a company, put all of these things out there for you so that you don't have to think about it. All right. Does that make sense so far? Let me show you. I'm going to show you one more thing. Listings to Leads. Who has an open house this weekend? Who has a recently sold listing? I'm going to show you how to, in fact, let's go to our school. So in our school, check this out. Classroom, open house, Instagram stories, right at the top right there. And every day you'll see this. The examples. Check this out. I'm going to show you how to use PDF guides on Instagram. What does that say? Open house, get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So this is on my phone. Tap it, right? Tap that, visit link. So now I'm offering a PDF guide right on an Instagram story. And you know what's beautiful about Instagram stories? They can be shared, right? If you got it connected, they go to Facebook. So not only is my Instagram story with a clickable link on Instagram, but it's also on Facebook. And check this out. Free ultimate guide. Boom. I do this for my sellers. It's a great property with one of our clients. I do this for sellers as well. So you're going to see, right, pending and sold. You'll see the same idea. When I have a pending or sold listing, I add some guides for sellers, right? Here's a link for home value, 100-point home marketing plan, free home value, right? So here's a guide. So just sold in Folsom, free guide, home seller negotiation secrets. Boom. And now they can download the guide right from my Instagram/Facebook story. Come on, you got to be and Joe, you can do that. You can do something similar for the lender guides, right? For different loan programs where you do a Facebook story and you put the link to the landing page, and I'll show you where that is in your account, but how to add links and polls. There's a little YouTube video, and then I've got a 5-day campaign for open houses right there. So these guides, I'm telling you, these guides have so many ways to put them in front of your audience via your database, via social media, all right, and other places as well. So let's go back to the main PDF guide section. And if you're watching this recording, you're going to want to make sure you pause and execute, because you have seen so many ways already that I'm sure your mind might be spinning a little bit. But let's check this out. Let's go seller guides. Let's go to, and I'll show you a couple of ones that downsizing can be really good. Let's go marketing tools, Facebook ad. I'm going to click in here. And I'm just going to edit it really quick. Attention, Folsom homeowners, right? Thinking about downsizing, location, Folsom, California. I'm going to leave radius alone, lifetime budget. For seller, you really want to be at about $15 a day. And you can even do 3 to 4 day ads. So if you wanted to, I could do a 3-day ad, $45, change the end date for 3 days to like the 12th or whatever. But I'll just do 105 for a week. Hey, if I got a beautiful image in Canva that I want to use, upload it. Right. So I'm just going to use that image. All right. So I got a different image right there. I can retarget. I can go to a custom audience if I want to. I'm not going to do that for this case. Now for those questions, remember those questions when we first started this call today, I showed you the ad where she had 5 questions. Check this out. And for the lenders, we got some questions that are specific for you. And you got other better questions, let me know. I'd love to add them. But all you got to do is open up advanced options, create new form, and then right here, form questions. Check this out. Name, email, and phone number, right? Name, email, and phone number on the right. Notice there's 4 stages of a Facebook lead form. That's just standard. That's what it is. It's always been that way. But I'm going to click on number 1 and notice the default questions. What is your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for right now. See how my 100 plus point home marketing plan works for your home. So by default, you're going to get 6 points of contact: name, email, phone number, time frame to sell, curious what your home could sell for right now, see my 100 point home marketing plan. Amazing. Now, you could also add, check this out. Now for the lender questions are more on the buyer ads. So this is the seller ad. So the questions that you're as a lender that you're going to want to look at, or if you're an agent and you have a lender partner and you want to split the cost of an ad, there's some questions in there that are very specific for lenders. But you could also add in, for example, get your home's value and instant cash offer. And so what's your time frame to sell? Here's what you could sell for right now, right? Get instant cash offer, home value, my 100 point home marketing plan. Now 4 is a lot. I like 3. I think 3 is what I would say would be the best. 3 questions. I showed you one with 5 on $1.30 per lead. Nuts. Goodness gracious. That is crazy. And just hit create ad. The autoresponders all dialed. You don't need to worry about the autoresponders dialed in. But if you want to add a calendar link to your autoresponder, you could. All right. Just like what you saw with the link in bio. That's going to submit to Facebook. It will be live probably in the next 15 to 30 minutes, shorter, longer, depending on what's going on with Facebook. But that'll be boom, sent to Facebook. Google ads. The Google ads could be phenomenal. Now they're a little bit more expensive. All you got to do, Folsom, California. Now there's no Facebook lead ads for Google. They just go right to the landing page. But check this out. And this is for cash offer. Usually this happens in cash offer where our client will already have a cash offer landing page and they want to integrate it, but they want to use our platform instead of the vendor platform, right? Because easier to use and all that and better. So you can go view link, not view link. You can go PDF guide URL, custom link, and drop a link to your custom landing page. So you can do that for Facebook and Google actually. Daily budget, you can actually go down to 15 a day on Google. That would be about the minimum. Right? We have advanced options. I don't like to get into that. You don't need to. If you're good at doing Google, get in there, play around if you want. But if you don't know what you're doing with Google, I would not touch it. Create ad. See, now people that are searching for downsizing information or whatever the guide is that you're running, now your ad will start coming up. Social media post, right? We talked about this inside of the social content area, but it's also right here. And this is something I myself almost would not do auto posting for this because, again, I love just coming over here and I'm going to bring up Chat GPT. I could bring up Gemini or Claude. I got all of them. But to be honest, I've been using chat for so long. I'm going to say, please edit this text to be engaging for homeowners in the Folsom, Roseville, and Sacramento, CA areas. And I'm going to say, this will be a social media post and ad. And now like it'll give you, here's one, and here's a more punchier one, or here's one that's more educational, right? Different options, right? You can see here. All right, option 2, option 3. And I can say, all right, that's cool. I would lean for option 2, gets to the point faster. Oh, okay. Option 2. Boom. Come back here, paste it in. And again, I can change the image if I want to. Make sure I got all my socials. Boom. Post now. Short form video script. Highly recommend that you do the short form videos. I have another client. They actually do 2 buyer and 2 seller videos using these scripts every single week. Now think about it. There's 80 guides total. So if they do 4 a week, that's what, 20 weeks, right? 4 times 2 is 8, 0, 80. So that's 20 weeks. So they're essentially rotating through the entire system every 5 months, right? 5 times 4 is 20. So every 20 weeks, 5 months, and no one's going to remember. No one's going to remember right? It's April to May to June, July, August, September. Come September, no one's going to remember what you did in April. So what a phenomenal, you talk about great content to do a short form video where you're in front of the camera, drop the script into your teleprompter app and record it, get that live. You can do it in front of a property. You could do it in the car. You could do it inside of a property. You could do it during your open house when there's nobody around, right? You could do it from your office. You could do it with the green screen. You could print the first page of the guide and just hold it in front of something else that looks like a full-on thing. So you got something that you're holding. Hey, my new guide on downsizing. If you're thinking about downsizing in the Folsom and Roseville area, you're not alone. You got the whole script. I always say, don't try to be word for word with it. Get the main point, paraphrase, put it in your own words, and get it out the door. Again, it's the structure. It is the layout. It is making sure that you're thinking about it, but you still want to do this. And I can tell you, is video good? Yes, because no matter how you look, old, young, short, tall, skinny, fat, perfect or not, it doesn't matter. People get to know you better. And so that's what we want as real estate agents in particular, and mortgage brokers. We talked about the e-flyer for the database. So we covered that one already. Now, what I didn't cover is sending it to my leads and listings to leads. If they're already part of my follow-up in listings to leads, I'm not going to use this to send to my leads because they're already going to be getting it. But if I wanted to, now here, I can edit the email, send a test email, and I can also edit the subject line, edit all of this, and I can also send it now to the leads and listings to leads. So you got that. There's a database call script. None of you, I would gather, are probably calling your leads enough. I don't know that I would call a lead specifically regarding a PDF guide, but if I'm talking to a lead, it would be good for me to just remember some of the different guides that I've got available, because maybe I'm talking to a lead, a homeowner, right? Maybe I'm talking to a homeowner. Maybe they're 63 years old, right? They got a 2-story house. The kids just moved. Why not, when you're talking to them, offer them a guide on how to downsize? How cool would that be? Or you're talking to a homeowner who's thinking about selling. Why not offer them the guide, 25 factors that influence your home value? Right. So use the guides, right, as part of as a part of a conversation to, if you aren't able to set up follow up, you're not able to provide value because whatever by that conversation, offer one of the PDF guides, because now I got something to follow up with you a few days later to say, hey, just want to make sure you got the guide, see if you have any questions. And that could lead to a further conversation down the road. Right. And that's why people love using our guides in their CRMs. Right. They just absolutely love it. We got print flyers. These are absolutely phenomenal. Now, there's a few that I would recommend. Downsizing may be a good one, but when you're at an open house, and you'll see this in our open house training, print a couple of the ones that you think would be most appropriate, right? A couple of the print flyers. I would do 2 seller guides and 2 buyer guides. And again, in our open house training, this is one of the things that we talk about. This gets sellers engaged with you, it gets buyers engaged. And you just get a little acrylic holder, right? Slide the print flyer in there. And now at an open house, what you're going to do is you're going to put it around the open, put one in the kitchen, one in the living, one in the primary, maybe one in the backyard. And that way, as people are walking around, they look at you as, oh, wow, this person they got a lot of information, right? It's not just about this house that they know. Some of them are going to scan it, but some of them you might see staring at it. And then that's a great intro to a conversation. So if I'm using this one, for example, and I see a person looking at that for a few minutes, not a few minutes, but 5-10 seconds, because it caught their attention, they're internalizing it, they're looking at it. They may not know how to scan it. So I could walk up to them and I could say, yeah, hey, if you're interested in my guide on downsizing, either I can help you scan that QR code, or I could just send it to you via email or text message. And then you could just download the guide yourself and send it to them as an attachment, or you could send them the landing page link. Make sense? All right. A couple more last minute things here. Postcards and PDFs. I'm sorry, postcards and door hangers. So if you got a seller campaign, I would let me download this one. I think the best use case for these as part of a postcard campaign is using something like Mailbox Power or Thanks.io, where you can change that image to an image of their home. So that way, like a dynamic home image. So when this gets delivered to that homeowner, that they're looking at their home right there. And the QR code can be dynamic, so that when they scan the QR code, you know exactly who did it. And whether it's this guide or another guide, these postcards can be phenomenal as part of a farming postcard campaign. And on the back of all of them, right, nearby home sales affect your home's value. So it gives them a link and the text code. So they could either text or go to that easy URL. And plus, yeah, I'm sorry. Let me close that out. Farm and circle prospecting script. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be circle prospecting around for the postcards, but we got it in there. Some people, if you want to do it, up here, you can view the landing page. You can download the guides right here, English or Spanish. There's a few more things. I can edit the tags. I can edit the autoresponder. I can edit the lead form. So a lot of great edits right there. So let me know. Any questions? Are we good to go? I can't believe I like literally landed on 12 o'clock exactly. That is very rare for me. Any questions on anything that we've covered? Definitely, please fill out our post webinar satisfaction survey. I'm not here to sit here and listen to myself talk. I'm here to provide you actionable value or actionable items that you can literally take and start using right away. Oh, Angie Cody, good to see you. I wish I'd have known you're on the call earlier. Thank you for joining us, Angie. Obviously, Angie, anybody else, obviously, but Angie, definitely book a call with me if you need to. I love that you're here, but if you ever want to book a call or just ping me directly, feel free. But yeah, hi. He's another old, I'm not sure who's been with us longer, Joe Lanza or Angie Cody. Both of you have been around for a while. But hopefully you got some great information about how to use the guides. One last thing I'll just show if you want, real quick. If you go to ads, I'm going to show you how to run an ad for a custom guide. And I think this is what I did for my wife. Create Facebook ad, custom ad. All right, so I'm in the ad section. Campaign name, I'll just say custom guide, but that's not what I would actually really do. I did a lead ad, buyer or seller, create ad, and oh shoot, hold on a second. Maybe I did that. One second. Oh, you know what? I think I should have gone to PDF guides. Let me refresh this. I don't always do this. So, all right, Facebook ad, PDF guide. So go to PDF guide. And yeah, the PDF guides are one of those things that a lot of people forget about or they don't really appreciate them. As much as, again, I get people every week, somebody will be like, oh my God, I love the guides. So yeah, PDF guide, upload custom. There we go. Is it a buyer or a seller? I'll just say it's a buyer guide. And here we go. So I can upload the guide, right? Select my page, put in the text, upload the image I want to use, headline, description. You might want to you might want to change, learn more to download. All right, download, create new form. Here's where I can select what questions I want to ask. And I mentioned about the lenders. Is your current home your primary residence, age of youngest borrower, right? That's like for downsizing and as a lender. Do you have a home to sell that's turned on? How would you describe your credit score? A great one, like for example, maybe you got a PDF guide about new construction. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives? Some people don't like new construction because it's a pain to get paid and builders can be the worst in some markets. Select what, again, just select what questions you want. And then you're going to go to location and budget. And you can do interest. I would leave that alone for the most part because special housing ad category limits us a lot. And you might start putting stuff in here. Like if I put in downsizing, even though it'll let me do it, it will keep me from running the ad and it'll throw me an error. So I say, and a lot of people will say this, let Facebook. That's why make sure your ad copy is good, your image is good, that it speaks to your audience, because if it does, Facebook will get it to the right people. All right. They just will. I got my pixel right here. And then I can select my budget. Buyer, we're good at $10 a day. Seller, you really want to be at about 15 a day. And the autoresponder is actually good to go. But if you want to, again, edit or add a Calendly link, change up the autoresponder a little bit, you can. But we got it dialed in to where it works for everything, and hit create ad. So if you got a custom guide, you can use it just like this right here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your time. Love to have your constructive criticism. And again, don't forget about your affiliate links. All right. So Angie, Joe, right? You guys, if you don't have this set up, just put in your PayPal email. We pay, right, 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. You got an affiliate link. You can share it. Awesome stuff. All right. Stephanie, thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. And again, get into the mastermind group. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you need help. All right. And let's start getting a listing a week. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.